The name of our league is the Greater Metropolitan Youth Football League. The league is a league that serves youth of the greater metropolitan areas of Washington, D.C., Maryland, Northern Virginia, Montgomery County, and Prince George's County. The purpose of this league is to use sports as a vehicle to mentor youth and to provide them with life skills and things that will help them, lessons that will help them in making better decisions as they grow into young adulthood and perhaps adulthood.
The GMYFL is an age-only football league that was established this year. It was our inaugural season this past year. It was a great year. And by age-only footballs means that we decided that it was we thought, based on our conversations with USA Football, which is the youth football arm of the National Football League, that an age-only system would be perfect. And by that we mean that there's a 6 and under group, an 8 and under group, a 10 under group, a 12 and under group, and a 14 under group. And that way each kid would play with essentially his friends and would be age appropriate. There wouldn't be situations where you have an artificial situation where you have 10-year-old kids that happen to be heavy playing with 11, 12, and 13-year-old older but lighter kids where they are not emotionally, physically ready to compete with kids that age. This way we have kids that play in their age groups, play with their friends and really enjoy it, learn the natural positions that they should be playing throughout youth football, which prepares them to play high school and hopefully for them college football. Well, the dangers in sweating kids are not new. I mean, it's been part of the culture for wrestling forever, and it's been the culture in a lot of sports. And the danger is, one, you retard their growth. Two, they are susceptible to heat stroke, to heat exhaustion, to passing out, and also they can suffer brain damage as well as organ damage because they don't get the proper amount of water and nutrition, especially during the times when they're from the ages of about 8 to 13. I mean, that's when they do their major part of their growing. They have a lot of motor skills that get retarded because they're not eating properly. It's very dangerous, and it's one of the reasons why we did switch to age-only football, and I'm glad that we did it because it's really worked out well for our kids.
Well, the benefits was with the 5 unweighted categories, we were able to put kids with other kids that were their age. So no kid in any age group is more than 2 years older than another kid. So even though they may be a little larger, the coordination, especially for the young kids, may not be very well, they were able to play within their age group. And we loved it because we didn't have to weigh any kid, we didn't have to worry about scales, we didn't have to worry about kids sweating or going on diets and Atkins. Kids could play at their natural way, and they play their natural position.
Many of us look for disadvantages for competitive purposes rather than looking at what's in the best interest of the children. So what I really love about age-only football in GMYFL is that it is fair and it is obviously safer. And of course, in a time where health and safety of the kids is paramount when it comes to concussions and things of that nature. What I like so much in our advocate from USA Football is that they've partnered with the Center of Disease Control to do all of the research pertaining to this, and what they came up with is age-only football is the safest way to categorize kids in specific age groups to give them safety or to provide the safest means of participation for youth in contact football. Well, I look at the effect that younger kids playing with older kids would have. I think it would ill affect the younger kids, because the older kids, it's all about maturity. The older kids have more experience. They've played longer. They understand the game better. And that being said, I mean, that's really self-explanatory. Of course, you would have it was a case in instance where a 14-year-old, they turned 15 with the age allowance. He teed off on a 10-year-old kid that had to play up you know, in a weighted structure that had to play up because of his weight. Well, of course, you know, I can tell you, you know, this 14, 15-year-old, he laid into this kid. And the crowd roared, and, you know, and it almost looked like, you know, the little guy was the one that had a disadvantage, but, you know, those that knew that this kid was obviously older than this heavier kid, heavier baby, it wasn't fair at all. So of course we made up in our minds that there's got to be something that can be done about this. And after doing some research and consulting with our USA Football local representatives, they invited us to the age-only format, which we decided we would gravitate to and give a shot in the coming year. The Greater Metropolitan Youth Football League is partners with AAU, the Amateur Athletic Union. One of the reasons why we felt that this is important, and one of the reasons why we selected AAU, is because they have a long-standing history with youth all over the country and perhaps the world. They offer many different sports. So with membership with the Amateur Athletic Union, it doesn't just limit our youth or our football players to just football. They can perhaps participate in wrestling, karate, basketball, baseball, tennis, soccer, and so on. So many sports. I would say that's the main reason. The other reason is that they offer so many other benefits in terms of getting the word out about your specific events, your membership dates, as well as keeping track of your athletes on a national scale. Definitely an effective tool, and we are happy to partner with AAU. The Greater Metropolitan Youth Football League has 3 divisions. The NFC, which caters to large and more established organizations. The AFC is available for smaller or marginal in number organizations. And the CFC is for second teams of the 2 that I just mentioned.
Great things about the GMYFL is it has very large clubs, it has medium-sized clubs, and it has smaller clubs. Each club has to field the core groups, which are the core age groups of 5 classifications. And what it means is you get a nice mix of football. And it also means that you have to think about the concerns not only for big clubs or medium-sized clubs or smaller clubs, and design a league, which is what we did, that will cater to all those needs and make sure any size club feels welcome and gets the attention that they need to develop as a club and to get stronger. Our goal with the GMYFL is to locate clubs in areas where they don't have a lot of competition from other GMYFL clubs, so they can grow and get stronger and produce a really good product. And that way it doesn't matter what size the club is. What really matters is that the club is able to field a very competitive product.
We demand a high level of sportsmanship from all of our member organizations.
What we want with the GMYFL is to build it into a strong regional league.
I think you should join the Greater Metropolitan Youth Football League because this is a league that brings us all back to the community, and it is about the kids.
You just don't want to take anybody, but you want to build with clubs that have the ground rules and the morals and the goals that are shared by the GMYFL. Those are the clubs that we want, that run clean programs, that see the kids as the goal of helping the kids is what they really want to do, not in building some coach's reputation or making money, but who really see the value of mentoring youth. That is what the GMYFL is about. Those are the clubs that we want, and those are the clubs that we're getting.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way.